Hi, everybody. This is David Sabella, Sabella Voice Studio. So we're all trying to figure this out. There's been a lot of discussion about how we as voice teachers do what we do with the people that we know under this new COVID-19 social distancing paradigm, right? I'm going to encourage everybody to reframe that. It's not about how do we do what we do, how do we continue to do what we do with the people we already know. Let's talk about how to reach people across the internet that we don't already know. How do we spread our art, our communication, our skills, our technique across the internet? Okay. Well, the internet has certain rules to it. Your technology has to match your technique. Your technology has to be able to deliver your technique. My technology is probably picking up that backing up truck right now outside my window. Sorry for that. Um, Technology and technique have to be on par. If you have a great, phenomenal performance technique and your technology cannot translate it and deliver it in an online format, no one's going to hear it. If you have all the technology in the world and no solid performance technique, no one is going to care, right? So our technology and our technique must be on par. So I'm talking to a community of teachers who I'm sure have phenomenal technique. Teachers of singing, teachers of acting, voice and speech clinicians, I'm sure, everyone who's watching this, if you teach an artistic discipline that was once in person and now has to be online, I'm sure you have a great technique for that. So how do we build up your technological infrastructure so that your technique can be delivered? Well, let's take a look. Here I am on Zoom. I'm recording this session on Zoom. Okay. There are lots of platforms you can use. You can use FaceTime if you so choose. You can use Skype. You can use GoToMeeting. You can use GoToWebinar. There are lots of different ones. There's new ones popping up every day. Okay. So I'm not advocating Zoom. I'm not advocating anything. I'm just saying this is how I do it. And since I'm having some success and seem to be having more success than many, I just want to share with you how I do what I do. Okay. So on Zoom, on voice over internet technologies, there's always going to be a certain amount of latency. There always is going to be a certain amount of latency. Can't get around it, can't stop it. That's the way it's going to be. Okay. The only exception to this is where both people have a T1 connection or a high-speed DSL, like one of those really phenomenal connections. Okay. Let's live in the real world. Okay. We have Wi-Fi. We have broadband internet access. Okay. So our high-speed broadband internet access is what we can rely upon. Okay. Let's start talking from the ground up. First off, call your internet service provider. Make sure you're getting the speed you deserve, the speed you're paying for. Okay. You can check your speed on your phone with an app called Speed Test by Ookla. You can also go to speedtest.net and check your speed. First thing first, check your speed. What speed are you getting? What speed are you paying for? Does that match? If not, get the speed you're paying for. Also, you might want to bump up your internet speed, your internet capability. That might require you to get a new router. And the company may say, well, it's installation, and we're not doing installations until COVID is over. Don't buy that. Say, mail me the router, and you can walk me through the installation. Okay, don't wait for that. The best case scenario is to be wired in. So from your router, you're going to get the little yellow Ethernet cable and you're going to go right into your computer and wire into your computer. That is the most stable connection you can have. Don't rely on Wi-Fi if you do this professionally. Okay. Try to wire in. Okay. If your router is far away from you, maybe you can get a router extender, get another router in the room you're in. Okay. If there's the cable outlet in the room you're in, get another router and Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, Ethernet right in. Okay, I am Ethernet into my computer. Okay, so your hardware. Okay, yes, you have your computer, you have your laptop. It's probably not that old. Great. If it is very old, get a new one. because we're not going to be out of this anytime soon, and you have to prepare for the next time this actually happens. And it's going to happen. So let's just be prepared. Let's talk about building up our technological infrastructure, okay? But your computer is probably fine for now. If it has served you well, it's fine. Your computer has a camera in it and a microphone. Well, the computer, camera, and microphone might not be up to par for what you need. So you see here, I have a microphone. This is the Yeti, the blue Yeti, just the Yeti, not the Yeti Pro, not the Yeti X, not the Yeti Nano, just the regular Yeti, Y-E-T-I. You can get it from Amazon. You can get it from Blue. Blue is the name of the company, Blue Yeti. It's $129. That's what it is. It has several different pattern selectors on it. Right now I'm on the cardioid pattern selector. And as you learn what that is, you will pick the right pattern for you, cardioid or omnidirectional, interview or stereo. That's what comes on the Yeti. The Yeti has a headphone jack right here. I plug my headphones into my Yeti. So I'm hearing myself through this Yeti microphone, which is now acting like a little stereo mixer. Okay, so your Yeti becomes your microphone and your speakers when you have headphones in them. Okay, that becomes more important later. You probably need to get a better microphone. If you're a voice teacher, if you're singing, you need a microphone that will pick up all of the frequencies, hertz frequencies that you are singing or playing, right? Most computer microphones do not reach into the tens of thousands of hertz frequencies. You want to get a hertz frequency response rate of 20,000 or greater, okay? A lot of computer microphones cap out at about 10, 12, 16, something like that. 20,000 or greater. That's what the Yeti does. That means when you're singing, I'm going to actually hear all the overtones, okay? The student has to have the Yeti microphone too, or else you won't hear them. Their microphone will cap out, okay? So there's hardware. If you really want to do this well, you got to get the hardware, okay? I know it's hard now because income is reduced because you're not able to work. But if you want to be able to work, then get the hardware, okay? I have regular students who've said to me, I can't afford the hardware. Okay, how about I split it with you? How about I take $60 off your lesson and we're going to keep having lessons because I'll take that hit for one lesson. Okay, okay, that's possible too. Think creatively. You can get it done. Okay, I also have a boom stand. I have a pop screen here, which you can buy separately or with the Yeti microphone. The pop screen is to protect your microphone from your own spit, and it is also to help reduce the pop and clicks of consonants. Okay, and I have a boom stand which goes over my digital piano. Okay, I happen to have a digital piano. Okay, now I also have a full grand, but here we are online, so I'm using my digital piano. Okay. If you're giving a lot of voice lessons online, you want to have a digital keyboard. I'm sorry, you do. You just need to have a digital keyboard. What kind is up to you? I got an 88 key, weighted keys because I play and I'm here at the piano many hours a day. So that's what I got. Okay. You can get non-weighted keys. You can get a different type of instrument. They can range from 200 way up to 600 or 800, whatever. I got a mid-range. Mine is Casio Privia. I got it for $450. You can get it for around there. You can get cheaper. You can get bigger. It's up to you. Okay. I'm also coming to you from a Logitech digital HD camera. Your camera may be fine. The camera's not the issue. The microphone is the issue. Okay. So internet connection, wire in, microphone, camera, computer type, etc., digital piano, if at all possible. Okay. Now, what a lot of us do on FaceTime or Zoom or whatever is you play the piano and then they sing the scale, right? Because the piano is coming over the microphone and through their speakers. And so it's not quite synchronous, etc. Okay. So digital pianos are MIDI compatible. They carry MIDI information. MIDI information travels much quicker than audio information. So my piano is now down. I have no sound in my room. I'm not broadcasting audio information. This is digital information, MIDI information. Okay, this goes directly from my keyboard right to the client's speakers. There is no audio interface. It is not an audio thing, right? How am I doing this? I am sharing my sound on Zoom, okay? You go to the share button, then you go to the advanced tab that's on top there. You click, then you go to click computer sound or music only, and then you're sharing the sound, whatever sound might come out of your computer, whether it's YouTube or any other thing you play on your computer. What I'm playing is, let me put my glasses back on for you to show you that, is my MIDI piano file player. Okay, my MIDI piano file player is a separate little program that I open up. It is associated to my keyboard. I tell the MIDI file player to get the information, the input and output from my keyboard. So when I play my keyboard, the MIDI file player sends it over to the student. And then it goes right at their speakers, okay? That's one way that I do what I do. The other way I do what I do is through a program called Internet MIDI. And I use Internet MIDI when the client also has a digital keyboard, which is more often than you might think, right? Ask. They might have a digital keyboard. Okay, a lot of young students, they don't have grand pianos. They don't even have uprights, but they might have a digital keyboard, okay? So ask. If the digital keyboard is MIDI compatible, which all the new ones are, that MIDI keyboard plugs right into their computer through their USB port, okay? Most likely USB-B to USB regular, whatever it is, okay? The Internet MIDI program, they have to purchase it and I have to purchase it. Okay, I already have it. So they have to purchase it. It's right now $35 on sale from Time Warp Technologies. Just Google it, Internet MIDI Time Warp Technologies. Okay, it is Tinder for keyboards. Okay, it connects the two keyboards together so that what I play on my end immediately goes right to that keyboard on the remote location and it comes out of that location. Okay. I have posted a small test here about Internet MIDI using another client of mine. I'm going to post right now, if I can get all these videos edited together, a few minutes of a test with Internet MIDI and a few minutes of a test of using the MIDI file player and sharing my sound on Zoom. So when you use Internet MIDI, you're not sharing your sound on Zoom. You don't even have to use Zoom. You could use whatever platform you want because Internet MIDI has no visual component. It is just for the transmission of MIDI information from one keyboard to another. You don't see each other. You don't hear each other. That's it. So you have to use another platform like Zoom, like FaceTime, like Google Hangouts, like Skype, whatever you want. Okay. And you can do that with Internet MIDI. If you're using Zoom, then you can share the sound of your computer. And I'm sure there are other programs that also allow that sharing of the sound. If maybe Skype does, I don't know. All right. But that's what you want to do. So I've talked too much already. Sorry about that. But I wanted to give all of you this information because people are reaching out since COVID-19 started. I've been very busy trying to get this information to other teachers. People are frustrated. People are just beyond themselves. How do I do what I do now that I can't meet my singer face to face? Okay, so I'm going to show you this information. I'm also going to tell you that there is another great program. If you don't have any of this, you can still do what you want to do using a program called voicelessons.com. Okay. I'm not affiliated with voicelessons.com. I have gotten to know the owner since all this started. He's a very nice guy. The program works very well. Okay. And they've gotten around the area of latency in a different way, the issue of latency in a very different way. And it also works. So if you don't have all this equipment, then hop on over to voicelessons.com and you could find yourself really very comfortable there, okay? But if you have all this equipment, there are other ways to go about doing it, okay? There will always be some kind of latency. You are never going to get rid of that. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. But if I can mitigate the latency, if the student does not suffer the latency, if I'm the one that has to adjust, right? If we, the teachers, are the ones that have to adjust, I think that's more doable and professionally responsible. And truthfully, the latency is a fraction of a second. So I can kind of deal with that, okay? Internet MIDI is going to allow you to play Rachmaninoff, okay? A MIDI file player is not. That's going to be for exercises. Okay, but Internet MIDI was designed for piano lessons. So you can play whatever velocity and intensity you need to play. That's going to go over really well, okay? But the MIDI file player and sharing on Zoom is really more for the exercises. So you have a very continuous one-on-one experience with your singer while you're doing the exercises. I can chord around an accompaniment using the MIDI file player. More often than not, I will send them the track, and they will sing to a track. It all comes to me in one packet, okay? So you can figure that out as best you want to. But I wanted to get this information to you just as succinctly as I could. So upcoming now are two different examples. My lesson with a student using Internet MIDI and his keyboard, and my lesson with another student using the MIDI file player and having the sound come out of her Bluetooth speakers, okay? Enjoy. I hope this is helpful. Take care. Boom. Alrighty, and here we go. Good. Remember to lengthen up through your posture. Very good. Sorry, that was me playing the wrong notes. Okay. Well, at least we know it works, right? Okay. Excellent. The connection's really almost synchronous today, too. I'm playing it, and you seem to be singing it right along with.
I got my hands on an Ethernet cord that's long enough.
Good. That
So
really makes all the difference in the world.
that might be the difference.
Alrighty, so this is just using the MIDI player. You can download any kind of MIDI player from your app store. The MIDI player is connected to my digital keyboard, so I'm also sharing the sound on Zoom, only sharing computer sound, which is now my keyboard in practically real time. So let's do our warm-ups. We'll just do a couple of warm-ups to show them this, okay? And this is Rebecca. Say hi, Rebecca. Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Here we go. And good. And you're singing with or a little after?
I think I'm singing with.
Singing with. Okay. So there's a little bit of latency today. And you hear it fine? It's loud in your room?
Yeah, those times though, I felt like I was a little behind you.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
It really, so the latency does kind of
So maybe,
alter.
but maybe it's closer than we think. Because if you
Okay.
were adjusting,
I'm not adjusting so much.
okay,
Yeah, I'm not. But by the time, when I play it, by the time my finger's off of it,
yeah.
then I hear it. So it's just a fraction of a second. It's okay. Here we go. Yeah, it's practically together. one more up. Great. And let's do now, just for the test of this, let's do the octave. Let's do the A-O. A little bit more O, closed O on top. Good. That first note, don't sit on the bottom, don't sit on it. Let it be lighter, let it vibrate, prepare for it. Good. Great. And the notes coming down appear to be coming down synchronously?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, as you sing them, you hear it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. That's what I wanted to test for our lovely audience. We'll say goodbye now. Bye.
Bye.
So there you have two little tests. The first one was with Internet MIDI and the client having a digital keyboard that sounded in his location, just as if I were playing the piano in his location. And the second one was using a MIDI file player and sharing the sound on Zoom. And the client hears that through their speakers, but it is a MIDI connection, not audio transfer. So those are two possible ways. Now, is there latency? Yes. There will always be latency. Always. I can deal with the latency. If the client does not experience the latency, I'm very happy. Technologies will improve because we will require them to, and we're going to need to do this for a while. So for now, professionally, we deal with a little bit of latency, and we try to mitigate that as much as possible by sending MIDI information and not audio information at the same time, right? That's the whole thing. Don't overload the audio information, send MIDI information so it goes faster. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can email me at david@sabellavoice.com, and you can check out my website if you like at sabellavoice.com. I have written a book with a lovely co-author of mine, Sue Matsuki, part of the So You Want to Sing series for Nats, coming out hopefully this June. It was scheduled to come out this June before all of this hit, so fingers crossed. It is the last of the So You Want to Sing series, So You Want to Sing Cabaret, which is filled with a lot of surprising information about what it takes to sing in the small venue performance arena. So thanks a lot for taking this time to watch the video, and I look forward to hearing from you all soon. Thank you.